Hi, this is On the 7's with Pyephreius B, Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. I am Pyephreius B, Metatron, your hostess with the mostest. And today is truly a great day to be me. You know, every day is a great day to be me, but today is truly a great day to be me. I believe this. I live this, I bees this, and I require this. And you guys know the drill. Wherever you are, however, and wherever you may be connected, get yourself centered and quiet for one moment and just repeat this after me. Today is a great day to be me. You know, every day is a great day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I bees this, and I require this. And I guarantee you, make this mantra part of your daily life, and then go about doing the things that this mantra calls for. Your life will get better exponentially each and every day. Again, I am thankful and grateful for everyone that is here live with me on Zoom, everyone that is listening live on my internet radio station, and everyone that is watching along live on my YouTube channel. And yes, it is truly a great day to be me. I am in the midst of the beginning of my 60th soul return. Yes, today I am 60 spins around this joint, and I truly, truly, truly am grateful. I'm truly, truly blessed and fortunate and blissed and peaced and all of that. Birth year 59. For everything that it was, it wasn't. For everything that it could have been, it was. And for everything that it could not have been, it was indeed too. There are no bad feelings, bad thoughts. I am grateful I made it through birth year 59, because that means I'm into birth year 60. I'm still on this side of the dirt. And I have a saying, any day on this side of the dirt is a great day. Any day on this, no matter what you're going through, no matter your situation, circumstances, conditions, no matter the events, the associations, no matter the endeavors, no matter what it is, every day on this side of the dirt is a great day. I want to share with you how this glorious birthday day started off for me. Got some text messages started getting calls and text messages late last night, early this morning. And, after a certain hour every evening, I don't even hear my phone because I turn it on Do Not Disturb. So those that text or call after a certain hour, you're not going to reach me anyway. I get your messages in the morning. However, this morning, I rose at an early hour and was going through my morning rituals, and something told me, hey, man, go over there by your phone, because there's an important phone call that's going to be coming through in a few minutes. So I went over there to my phone. I looked at my phone. I saw I had missed the call already. So I stood there, and sure enough, the most important call I've gotten today came through at about 6:45 this morning. It was my 3 grandchildren from my number one daughter, my 3 grandchildren in California, called and sang pop happy birthday. Now, they couldn't get the number right, and they couldn't, the oldest grandchild, her name is Lyric, and the youngest one is the grandson, Junior. They was on beat, and they had a rhythm. And then the middle grandchild, Harmony, she was on her own thing, and but that was the most important. That was the best. No matter, I could go out and hit the lottery. I could go out tonight. I could leave after this show and go around the corner, and a armored car back door could open up and all the money bags fall right out into my car. Those would not be anything close to the gift that I received to start my 60th birth year off. The first voices and words I heard were my grandchildren singing pop pop, hair day or hair or whatever they were saying. It was truly, truly an amazing call. And it was truly an amazing way to start birth year 60. And I encourage all of us, keep living and take your perceptions away that you may have had about getting older. Again, like I was saying earlier, about a Friday and Saturday, I start tripping and I'm thinking, oh, I'll be 60. Oh, damn. And really started to go there. 60 is it's a number. It is. However, it's not anything that I need to worry about. It's not no detriment. It's not anything. It is what it is. I have done some work, some physical work, some spiritual work, some mental work, some emotional work in the decade of my 50s that allow me to sit here at 60 years old, and I think I'm looking pretty damn good. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, and really don't matter what nobody else say, but I think I'm making 60 look pretty damn good. And if it wasn't for this lovely gray hair here, I don't even think I'd look a little bit.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me, guys? Can you guys hear me now? Okay, good. Yeah. So, and again, man, you guys just keep living. You guys just keep on being your most authentic self. You guys keep being mindful of the things that you know are good for you and the things that you know are not, and continue to make the best choices for yourself. Because as long and this doesn't mean that you do not care or have any concern about the folks that are in your lives or the people that are around you. If you make the best choices for yourself, guess what? You're going to make the best choices for all of those that are in your life with you. If you make sure that you are together on the 7's, 100, 100, 100, 100, before you start to do anything for anybody else, guess what? Everything you do for everybody else is going to be 100. 100. It's not selfish to take care of yourself first, because if you're not 100%, what can you be to anybody else? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm, like I said, I'm thankful, grateful. I recommend all of us who have offspring, if you have grandchildren, you already know that they are a delight. If you don't have grandchildren, start pressuring your kids. Start to pressure them, because they are just the joy, and they really did a whole lot to set the tone and vibration for my birth year 60. I'm excited about what is coming along in this birth year. I know it is a tremendous amount of work, but I've already done a tremendous amount.
I would take.
It's all good. It's all good. Yes, Jolene. Oh, Jolene, I think, is navigating. So I'm gonna open the mic up real quick. Anybody wanna say something real quick? Say happy birthday or whatever. I'm gonna open this up real quick, and then we're gonna run on to the class. Yes, Miss Lemons, you are first.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. I was looking at that earlier. I'm like, oh yeah, today is his birthday. Man, that's so cool. Like, you a cool cat.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. You're pretty cool yourself out there. How's the weather in D-Town?
It's warming up.
Oh,
And
good.
yeah. So it's still, a little chilly, but it's but it's been a lot of, sunlight.
Okay,
So
good.
it's
I'm
right.
glad. Well, I'm glad you took time out today to be here on this special day for me, and I truly appreciate your presence. All right. Yes, Linnea, you're next.
Okay, there's 3 of us here. We wanted to say happy birthday.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday.
Received, downloaded, and integrated. Much appreciation. Now, thank you for all 3 of you folks being there today. I really appreciate it. All right.
Mark, I'm going to say happy birthday.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Little short one. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you. Much appreciation. Much appreciation. Well, received, downloaded, and integrated, man.
All right.
I'm enjoying all of the love. Sometimes you think, folks don't care and what you do doesn't matter. But today, through the various modes of communication, not so much the number of people who have reached out to me, but some of the people who have reached out to me, let me know that, hey, okay, brother. Okay. You doing okay. All right. Jolene, you all right? Or you navigating, you driving?
I'm driving. So I just want to say happy birthday. We've been on this thing for over a year, and I just want to say happy birthday. You are so much knowledgeable, and it just takes so much effort for you to share. And it is just so it's always enlightening, it's exciting, and we just share minds of some good conversation and learning, and just the compassion through the conversation, and it's always exciting. So I just want to say happy birthday. And today is your birthday, but today I quit my job. I'm so happy. Well, I quit my
today,
so it's always a good beginning. We share good beginnings always together.
Absolutely.
So I'm just proud of you, and happy birthday, and
thank you.
Blessings to more.
Absolutely. Much appreciated. All right. We will run forward now. And again, thank you to each and every one of you that has been here, even if it's your first time here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love, and thank you for the appreciation. Yes, Deirdre.
Mark, did you do your hoops?
No, I didn't do no damn hoops. Shit. No, discretion is always the better part of valor. Yes. I will work up to that. Yeah. Okay. I did them in my head. Tell y'all a funny story about that. About 2 weeks ago, I was sitting down and I was like, yeah, man, you said you was going to shoot some baskets, and I must have said, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot some baskets in that little trash can that's over there on the floor. That's about all the baskets I'm gonna be shooting. Yeah, no. There are things that I can do that won't put me in harm's way, and one of them that will put me in harm's way every time will be anything that's dealing with a basketball, because I'm too competitive and I have to win. I don't even care if I'm just playing against the little kids in the park. I have to win. I'm not going out there just for fun. No. So at this stage of my evolution and ascension, the basketball can stay back in younger self. That's not, I'm good. But yeah, thanks for reminding me. I was going to tell you guys that I didn't do that anyway. All right. All right. Today is Master Self Natural Health and Healing. Today is February 9th, 2023. This is our 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time regularly scheduled programming. And today's class will be on planetary and zodiacal body, physical body, and health signifiers. Planetary and zodiacal, physical body, and health signifiers. All right. Our physical bodies are unique unto themselves, and for each individual in the sense of natural health, wellness, and healing. The physical body has a very natural ability to attain and maintain a consistent, constant, and stabilized internal state of natural health and wellness within certain boundaries, limits, and parameters. The reason why I say within certain boundaries, limits, and parameters, some things we are born with, and it can be a boundary, a limit, or a parameter. How each of us exits the female portal is how we have to operate in this realm. There are things that some of us exit the portal with that is a boundary, a limit, and a parameter. So let's just get that straight right now. Even within the certain boundaries, limits, and parameters, we can attain and maintain a consistent, constant, and stabilized internal state of natural health and wellness. This internal state of natural health and wellness is referred to as equilibrium, and the clinical definition is termed homeostasis. We incarnate under myriad circumstances and conditions in order to test out this equilibrium or homeostasis, as well as for the intended purpose of developing the ability to attain and maintain it. Each one of us, you could roll back through the history of your life and you could see different times in your life when you may have felt physically better than you feel now, or you may think you looked physically better than you look now, or whatever the circumstance or situation has been. We put ourselves through the rigors of self-criticizing and self-judgment because of how we look, because of how much we weigh, because of how dark our skin is, because of how light our skin is, because I have a gap into my front teeth, because I wear glasses, because I'm bald-headed, because. Once we realize that we incarnated under all of our circumstances and all of our individual conditions in order to test out that internal equilibrium, or that clinical definition of homeostasis. Thus, the reasoning behind why each of us goes through so much trial and error, so much adversity, and so many challenging situations, associations, events, and endeavors throughout our soul's journey. A lot of us think that, the mistakes or the trials and the errors or the adversity or the challenges and all of that really come to derail us. No, they come to help us pass this test. The more that I break open these subjects, and the more that I dive deeper into these subjects, the more that I know that the real purpose for each of us is to pass our spiritual ascension tests when they come. The tangible things that we do here in 3D in any incarnation are just that. They're just things. They're just things there, and they're part of memories that we bring into the next life, or they're memories that we brought into this one. But the real reason for the sorrow, the real reason for the pain, the real reason for the heartaches, the real reason for the headaches, the real reason for the adversity, the real reason for the fights, and the real reason for getting bullied, and the real reason for all of those challenging and inconvenient situations, associations, events, and endeavors is so that we can test out just how much equilibrium inside that we have, or how close, constant, and consistent is our homeostasis. Any comments, any questions about that so far? Linnea, you want to chime in and talk about that?
I have to let it sink in. I was just having a little battle in my head about it. I feel like the negative things that we experience are because we're pinching ourselves off from the wellness that is allowed to come to us, but we're not letting it. So
yeah, your thoughts are about a paragraph ahead of what the lesson is on, but yes, you are correct. You are no, keep going. Yes.
So yeah, but I think a lot of us, some of us, we feel like like you said, competitive. We have a need to want to really figure something out and process it, overthink it, 10 different ways until we feel we've overcome it. And then It's not an issue anymore.
Absolutely.
And then sometimes there's those people who can just, oh yeah, I don't like that, I prefer this. And so they just go towards what they want and then forget about whatever it was that they didn't want. And they realize, well, that doesn't work for me to overthink and
right.
And for them, it's easy. And maybe someday I'd like to be one of those people.
Well, I guarantee you, if you keep coming back to On the 7's with Pyephreius B Metatron, you will get the tools and get the equipment to put yourself in that position. I guarantee you that.
Oh, well, that'll be nice for sure.
Keep trusting yourself and keep trusting your intuition. Your intuition will never steer you wrong. It's that quiet voice that tells you to say no when your heart is saying, say yes, say yes, say yes. There's a quiet voice saying no. You don't even want to do that. Yeah. Be honest with yourself.
And
be honest with yourself
to know
first.
The difference. Learning to know the difference between the two.
Yeah. Yeah. And it all starts with being honest with yourself. If you're honest with yourself first, then you're not going to put yourself in any type of position that yourself don't want to be in.
Yeah. My friend and I were just talking about boundaries, and I've battled with boundaries in the same way that we're talking about positive and negative situations, because boundaries can keep bad in just as much as they can keep bad out.
Absolutely.
So I struggle with that because I'm like, I should know in my heart, like if I'm feeling good about something and I move towards the thing that's better for me, that makes me feel better, then I'm, what is the point of the boundary? Like the boundary is not needed if I'm living and following my own path of unconditional love.
Absolutely. However, you do have to realize that boundaries can either be a protection or they could be a prison.
A prison. You're right.
Yeah.
And that's what I felt like when I went through therapy years ago and I did all this boundary stuff and I read the book by Henry Cloud on boundaries and all that. And I felt like I really, I alienated myself. really in a big way. And it was like nobody was safe, because even the people who are supposed to be safe weren't safe. You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
And
what you're
so
talking about.
I thought, oh my God, like I just can't. And now I'm going through it, but I'm following a different path. And this time I'm saying, you know, I'm going to trust myself instead of everybody else's opinion of what
there you go
is supposed to be safe and what is,
there
you know,
you go.
whatever. And I'm finding that less boundaries, I'm more safe with just without the boundaries. And I'm learning to let them go and know that I am safe and that well-being is who I am and who I'm supposed to be, and what I'm all about and what everybody is all about.
Absolutely.
But it's, you know, it's a trial and error.
It is. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. As we each learn to go with the flow of life, and as we allow the natural rhythms of life to inform us and teach us about our individual selves, and still attain and maintain the equilibrium or the internal balance, our individual energies grow, expand, and ascend. Let me repeat that to us. As we learn to go with the flow of life. Now, what I mean by the flow of life, I mean your mastered self, highest good, serving, seeking, and searching for flow of life, not just a random haphazard flow of any and all things happening to you, coming in and out of your life. I mean a dedicated flow of your mastered self, of your highest self life. And as we allow the natural rhythms of that life to inform us and teach us about ourselves, and as we still attain and maintain that equilibrium I'm talking about, that inner balance, our individual energies grow, expand, and ascend. Whenever we hold ourselves back from experiencing the somethings in life, y'all know what I'm talking about. It can be something good or something not so good, or it could be a lot of some things in between good and not so good. We create stress that we push down and internalize, which is the primary causes of every ailment, illness, and dis-ease that is
Amen.
running rampant on this planet. Any comments, any questions on that part? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Jolene.
I am not a competitive person at all.
Okay.
I will give it up before I have to put too much energy in it to prove or to show or to, I'm not a competitive person at all. And it kind of helped me to ground and really look at the tree and how it's formed and the colors and all that. And I like being that way because it might take me longer to get to the winner. But if I decide to get there, I'll get there on my own.
Absolutely.
Time and place and understanding. And sometimes I do feel like I'm like 10 years behind. So everything, I really do. I really do feel like I'm 10 years behind. But at the same time, it's okay. You know, I'm okay with that. And because most of people I see who are competitive and who wants to feel the best and who wants to do the best, they have high anxiety.
A lot of times, high anxiety, heart attack, stroke.
Yeah. And is it worth it? But that's their time clock. That's their natural, I guess, time regulated easy. And so I'm just, you know, and you know, like you said, we have to find that equilibrium. And so be understanding how to get it through I don't like the word coping. Just
Right.
find thing. I don't like coping.
Right.
Coping
No.
is just, I as a therapist, licensed therapist, I do not talk about coping at all.
Well,
I'd rather live.
it's
I'd
just
rather
another.
live.
It's just another way to push stress down. You just push it somewhere else. Yeah, coping is.
Yeah. Figure out what's going on so you can live. Right.
Right.
That's my
all.
motto.
That's
That's
all.
my motto.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Jolene.
You're welcome.
All right. All right. Please know this. Every ailment, illness, and dis-ease have a positive aspect to it, as it always is an indicator of where we are internally imbalanced and where we are storing our internalized stress that we push down from the situations, circumstances, and events of our individual lives. Let me repeat this again, because I already know somebody is looking at me some type of way when I said this. Please know this. Every ailment, every illness, every dis-ease has a positive aspect to it. It does, as it always is an indicator of where we are internally imbalanced and where we are storing our internalized stress that we push down from the situation, circumstances, and events of our individual lives. I want to sit here and tell you guys right now today, May 1st, 2009, when the diagnosis came about my colon, I didn't think about it like this at that time. However, after getting through the initial parts of this and getting through some reoccurrences of this, I see only the positive of May 1st, 2009. Let me tell you what else happened on May 1st, 2009. 2 hours before I got to the doctor to get my diagnosis, the job that I had fired me. They just fired me because I could not show up to work, because during that time I was, I would get one of my episodes and it would knock me flat for about 6 weeks. I had just started that job in October of the year before, and this is May, and I had already been out twice, 6 weeks both times. The diagnosis that came 2 hours later took all of the steam and the anger and the rage and the how dare they fire me, and I was sick, took all of that away, because before I got the diagnosis, I knew something was up with me, but I had no clue. I knew exactly what was going on with me once I got that diagnosis. So, and again, after I went through it a few times and got over it a couple of times, I can look back to May 1st, 2009 as a very great day. Now, most folks would look at that and say, well, damn, how's it great? You got fired and you got diagnosed with cancer. It was a great day, because had it not been for that day, we damn sure wouldn't be having this day and any of the other days that we've shared along the way. So I just want to let everybody know that when you get ill, when there's an illness, when there's an ailment, when there's a dis-ease, yes, it's inconvenient. Yes, it could be painful. Yes, it could be all manner of things. There is a positive aspect to it. It is. If for nothing else, it's an indicator of where we are internally imbalanced and where we are storing our internalized stress that we push down from situations, circumstances, and events of our individual life. It helps each of us to recognize and realize the exact negative energies we are cultivating and pondering on other levels of our being. Mastered self, natural health, and healing gives us the insight, knowledge, and ability to isolate and identify the root causes, as well as learn the inherent lessons that can and will bring our physical bodies back into proper balance. Now, I'm not going to go through everything that I was doing in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008. Just know I wasn't eating electric and I wasn't concerned about my natural health. So May 1st, 2009 taught me the inherent lesson of, hey man, what you put inside of your body really does matter. And how you treat yourself, it really, really, really matters. Any comments? Yes, Linnea, go ahead. And then Deirdre.
So, I don't believe in death. I believe we're eternal. So with that being said, I don't know where you stand on that issue, but what would you consider dead to mean? Because I mean, commonly it's believed that it's like to cease to exist. But if what would be another way to look at it?
Knowing what I know about the cosmos and about life and life cycles and about the soul, death is only a term and terminology that's used in 3D here on this planet. Everywhere else that we either incarnate or we have simultaneous incarnations or we have different timelines, there is not the element of death, because time, life, and death really are an illusion, because they're really, you can't measure the space of the universe. You can't, no one knows when it started. So how the hell can you have time? How can you have dates? How can you have a clock? So it's needed here. It's needed here because this is the only realm that we exist on that you have to freaking die to leave. And you don't die. The physical body, once we exit the female portal, there's a time clock that has a bunch of numbers on it, you know, years, months, days, hours, minutes, and seconds. And when we exit that portal and take our breath of life here in this realm, that clock, whatever that number is on it, it starts running backwards towards the zero. So you cannot kill energy, and we're all energy. We're all spiritual beings in having a human experience. So the only part of any of us here on 3D that ceases to exist is the flesh suit that is wrapped up, that our soul is wrapped up in. Other than that, your soul, the person who you are at the soul core level, your soul, your energy, it doesn't die. You can't kill energy. It doesn't die.
Right, exactly. It can't be created or destroyed. So the thing is, though, the reason I asked you that question was because you talked about in the beginning of this is how we entered this when we came through the portal. Is how we are living our life or something like that, or supposed to, or I can't remember exactly what you said.
No. How we exit the portal determines how we're going to live our lives and what things are going to be in our lives, what boundaries, what limits, what parameters that we'll be subjected to individually. You understand what I mean? Yeah.
The reason I was asking about death is because I was born dead.
All of us are born dead here.
Born dead? Like, what do you mean?
All of us have to get snapped or slapped or pinched or pushed or something, jolted.
Oh, to wake up our spirit self.
Yep. All of us.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
All right.
Okay.
Deirdre, go ahead. You had your hand up.
I did, but I was just agreeing with what you originally said when you just made this statement before you gave us the opportunity to say something. And that is like what you said about things, what we presume is negative that happen, And it was, I think we made mention of this the last time, because everything looked so dark in a certain time,
Yes.
like we lost everything. And then all of a sudden the sun started shining, and you could see that the situations and things that happened were really about self.
Yes.
And like even boundaries. People used to tell me I needed to put up boundaries. I did not understand what the hell that meant until I got alone.
Right.
And then I got alone in a peaceful place. And then when all of a sudden the negativity started to come, I had to make a decision.
Absolutely.
If I wanted to allow that or not. And all of a sudden I was thinking differently.
Absolutely.
Which would make people angry at you, because now you're choosing you.
Absolutely.
I was choosing me. And that was really deep, because I had an aunt that used to always tell me, you need to learn the art of selfishness. She said, there's a book, you need to get it. And it was weird, but now I get it. And all those things that seem so negative, I don't look at the negative things as negative, because if you look at it and do that reflection type of thing, it still always ends up working out for the better of one's self.
It does.
And so now I'm still learning it, because the word is, if you take care of yourself, if you love yourself, then it's like that thing, I think Joe said it, I don't know where I heard it, but it was about your cup running over. And what's in the cup is for you, but what runs over is for others. Give from
your abundance, right?
Yeah,
and with the concept, think about this, with the concept of your cup running over, you're giving out of what is run over, but because it runs over, your cup is always full.
Yes. And
always
so in reflection to that, and the ailments of the body and everything, and then learning about the chakras, and with each chakra or house the chakra lands, says so much.
Yes.
And then, so, you know, it's just so much to look at. So
absolutely.
I just wanted to say that was real what you said. It's always real what you say, though.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. All right. All right. Okay, when we fail to isolate and identify the root causes of ailments, illnesses, and diseases, it only frustrates us and forces us to alleviate symptoms. This is where our dependence upon modern medicine originates, as they are designed to swiftly and powerfully remove the symptoms and the signs of real disease in our bodies. Some modern medicines do provide temporary and superficial relief. However, they serve as little more than a quick fix and actually prevent us from actually taking the time necessary in order to correct the root cause of the ailment, illness, or disease. They can and do create more problems down the road as they push aside the warning signals that we are internalizing some stress. Our physical bodies occasionally goes through a healing cycle sequence. This occurs when we are consciously working towards reshaping our health and wellness. Go with me right here, you guys. We may start exercising more. We may start eating better and doing other things that contribute to our overall health and wellness. And then after a short period of time, a week or two, we find ourselves afflicted with some form of a cold, flu, or a virus. And that ever happened to Any of y'all where you make a concerted effort and a determined effort? You know, I'm going to change my diet. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to get the proper sleep. I'm going to do all the things right. And you go like a week, 10 days, and everything's cool. And then all of a sudden, bam, you catch a cold, or bam, you get the flu, or bam, you get some sort of bug that comes in and shakes up your soul and seemingly puts the work that you're doing into question. Anybody ever face that? You can just put something in the chat. You don't have to chime in on that, but that's just think about that. Whereas before you started a new workout program and here you're going a week, 10 days, 2 weeks strong, and then all of a sudden something happens to where you can't go work out. And that's something that happens may keep you from working out, or keep you from doing this diet, or keep you from getting your proper sleep for a minute or two, not just something that will come and go quickly. Yeah. That that is not a bad thing. This is the very beginning of the healing cycle sequence and is designed to clean and strengthen the physical body. It is a sign and an indicator that the body is responding to your efforts to improve your natural health and wellness. So, okay. I believe that we have been taught and exposed to, we have been taught about illness, ailments, and diseases from a fear-based, capitalistic, profit-based model, and not taught what the true essence and meaning of the illness, ailment, and the disease. A runny nose, it happens when your body wants to cleanse itself. You know, the cold, it happens when your body needs to cleanse itself. This is the very beginning of the healing cycle sequence and is designed to clean and strengthen the physical body. It's a sign and indicator that the body is responding to your efforts to improve its natural health and wellness. Healing cycle sequences occur whenever the body needs a cleanse. Has nothing to do with the weather, has nothing to do with what's floating around in the air, has nothing to do with what we're being bombarded with over the airwaves, has really nothing to do with any of that. Healing cycle sequences occur whenever your body needs a cleanse. When my body needs a cleanse, it'll start here in the throat, it'll go up here to this nose. Next thing I know, my sinuses, and it'll be a day or two of some inconvenience, and then I'll be okay. We really have to start changing our perspective on some of these things that we deal with, so that we can change the outcome. Most of us are so grateful to throw some NyQuil at the first sign of a sore throat because it relieves the symptom, but it does more damage than the good. The natural sequence of the healing cycle is better for you than any symptom relief. And it's damn sure better for you than any of the things that are contained in that symptom relief. Any comments? All right.
I like what you said about changing the perspective, seeing the negative things as a positive thing. That is really, really powerful.
Absolutely.
And you can, it takes you from being a victim to
a victor.
Basically yeah, exactly.
Yes, it
I like
does.
that.
Yes, it does. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, there's also a disease cycle sequence that occurs when your physical body is full of toxins, waste, and mucus. That was me leading up to May 1st, 2009. I was full of toxins, waste, mucus, and a whole bunch of shit. And I mean that literally and physically. We may have ignored all previous warning signs, and we may have been practicing some of these things like abusing our bodies due to lack of proper sleep. Do you know, does anybody think that if you don't get the proper sleep, you're abusing yourself? I didn't think that until I stopped having to take Ambien, Xanax, and chase it down with scotch in order to sleep at night. Now I know that if I do not get my proper sleep, that's abuse. And that's self-inflicted abuse. Anybody think about your improper nutritional practices or the things that you eat as abusing to your body? We need to think like that. We need to think that when you eat something that you know you shouldn't be eating, that's physical abuse to the body. Would you just let somebody just come up to you and just sucker punch your ass in the gut? Just walk right up to you and just boom. No, but we eat shit that sucker punches our asses in the gut. Improper sleep, improper nutritional practice, and little to no exercise.
What about also just being around, like the other lady was saying earlier, negative energy,
Absolutely.
like really that are bringing you down, and you feel like, oh, I just don't want to be around this, but then you keep doing it. It's like you're doing it to yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Self-inflicted wounds, man. Self-inflicted wounds. So we may have ignored all the previous warning signs. We may have been abusing our bodies due to lack of proper sleep, improper nutritional practices, little to no exercise, etc. And when the body becomes clogged, blocked, and full enough, the germs begin to multiply. That's where dis-ease comes. Is when we have ignored warning signs, when we are full of toxins, full of waste, full of mucus, full of shit. We're not sleeping properly. We ain't eating properly. We ain't doing no type of exercise. Yeah, the body will become clogged, blocked, and full. And then the germs begin to multiply. Once the germs multiply, the toxicity of the body intensifies and starts seeking the weakest areas. My weak area was my colon. Dis-ease occurs when the physical body's strength and vitality are at its lowest, yet it actually is a sign that the body wants to survive. Here we've been thinking all of this time that, oh shit, I got this disease and it's gonna kill me, and the horror and the fear that the doctor comes and the fear that you get from your relatives. You tell somebody you got 3 times the amount of cancer in your body, and then the looks that they give you like you dead already, and all of that shit. When all of what happened to me on May 1st, 2009, after I got fired from that job and got that diagnosis, was my body telling me it wanted to survive and live. Took me a while to see it like this. It did take me a while to see it like this, but that is what my body was telling me way before May 1st, 2009, but exactly on May 1st, 2009. Yes, Jolene, go right ahead.
Oh, you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I agree with everything you're saying. And I just wanted to add, like, the body will sense danger. And when we don't respond to that danger, we take that danger home and feel like, that something happened personally, but it really wasn't. It was just the body saying, something is up.
Yes.
And then we take it so personally, and we stay in that personal feeling, and it's a hard experience. But when you trust your body, gut, your intuition, your eyes, just the sense of what's up, and if you ignore or just stay or say, just 2 more minutes, you're just going to get more uneasy with yourself. So that's just another way of ignoring your body and then take it home and think it's you. Absolutely. When it really wasn't
even yours to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Joanne. Okay. Dis-ease occurs when the physical body's strength and vitality are at its lowest, and it actually is a sign that the body wants to survive. Dis-ease, this is a forced cleaning and can be around for a few days, few weeks, months, or years. It just depends on the length of time and the length of time and the intensity of the disease cycle sequence. Depends upon how long we have neglected our natural health and how long we have ignored proper maintenance. Mastered Self Natural Health and Healing focuses in on the treatment of the whole self, not just symptoms. All right. The physical body is a sidereal body, a cosmic body, and a universe of energies unto itself. Every aspect of our physical body has an esoteric or hidden significance. These are points that the energies of the universe flow through and manifest. And there are points where our spiritual, mental, and emotional energies have dynamic play. The following are the planetary and zodiacal physical body and health signifiers. The sun. The sun is the highest and ultimate form of the essential vitamin D. No other source of vitamin D can come close to the natural power of the sun. The sun directly affects and rules the heart and the back. Let me share something with you guys about the sun. After I had gotten these 2 surgeries back in 2009, and after I began my road to recovery, I would have literal days where I didn't have enough energy to get out of the bed. I would need assistance from my good friend, Mr. Green. He would literally have to come and pick me up out of the bed, come sit me on the toilet. In about 10 minutes, he would come and take me out the toilet, or he would come and set me in my chair where I could at least sit up and be present. And once a day for an hour, he would just pick me up and take me outside. And I had a bench across from my front door, and the sun shined directly on that bench. And he would just say, just sit there, man. Sit there until you feel better. And you know what? The vitamin D, that sun hitting on me, made me feel better as long as I was out there in the sun. As long as I was out there in the sun. The sun is the highest and most ultimate form of the essential vitamin D. No other source of vitamin D can come close to the natural power of the sun. The sun directly affects and rules the heart and your back. The moon. The moon. The moon influences our individual moods and emotions and are directly related to the movement, the waves, in the various bodies of water here on Earth. The moon directly affects and rules the stomach, breasts, and our digestive system or digestion. Oh, before I forget. So if we have issues with the heart or issues with our back, and we want to do some natural pain relief, then we focus our energy, attention, and focus on the sun and either our heart or back. And we pull in the sun's golden energy, just like we pull in those energies when we do our meditations. Just like we see, sense, feel, and imagine our chakras lighting up, we can do that when we focus in on the sun. We focus in on our chakras. We can focus in on the sun. We can focus in on the moon. We can focus in on any planet or celestial being or celestial entity that we desire to. Any questions, any comments? All right. Same way with the moon. So if you have digestive issues, digestive system issues, you got stomach issues, if you got issues with your breast or your chest, yeah, we focus in on the moon and those areas. And that
Do we need to be outside and in like under the moon or?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Okay. You can be. That will intensify the power of it, but you don't necessarily
the focus. Just the focus and the intention. Okay.
Yeah. Because your spirit can go. Your spirit can go to the moon, and you can still be sitting right here.
Oh my God, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Mercury. This is the planet that rules transportation, technology, communication, and intelligence, both artificial and your own. Mercury rules the hands, arms, our nervous system, and our solar plexus, or the upper part of our stomach. So if there's issues with any of those, Mercury is where we would go. Venus rules how we love, who we love, and how we earn our money. Venus rules the throat, voice, your loins, veins, and your kidneys. Mars, the planet of our ambition, our anger, and sexual attractions and appetites. Mars rules our head, sex organs, and our muscular system. So if you got issues, you got cramps in your muscles, Mars takes care of that. You got headaches, Mars takes care of that. You got some men, if we have erectile dysfunction, we concentrate on Mars. Women, if you have any issues that deal with your sexual organs, Mars is where your healing and your relief will be centered. Next up, Jupiter. This planet governs abundance, expansions, and how we receive from others. Jupiter rules our hips, thighs, and the liver. Hips, thighs, and liver. Saturn, this is the planet of our life lessons and karma. Saturn rules our skeletal systems, our bones, knees, and teeth. Uranus is the planet that governs our spirituality and is the planet of the unexpected. Uranus rules our ankles, shins, and our cerebral spinal systems, our head and spinal cords, head and the vertebrae and all of that stuff. Neptune, this is the planet that deals with our fantasies and illusions. Neptune rules our feet. That makes really, really, really good sense because It's with our feet that we will run into our fantasies and illusions, not with our minds. Our minds think them up, but our feet have to take us to them. So it makes sense. And then lastly, Pluto. Pluto, this is the planet of transformation. Pluto rules our generative organs or our reproductive organs. Any comments, any questions about the planetary aspects, planetary aspects for the physical body and health signifiers? Any questions, any comments?
She said feet are weird in the comments. That's hilarious. My daughter and Frank, they both say we should just cut our feet off and use our stubs.
Go ahead, Jolene. What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry. I do like, if you want to explain that with the feet, I do like the feet because the feet has a lot of cells that's connected to the brain. And I love soaking my feet. I just never associated with the planetarian thing. So can you spend a little bit more time with that?
Yeah. The feet are your mechanism to keep you grounded and attached to the planet. So they are really, really important. And you know, being that the planet deals with fantasies and illusions, I was just being funny when I said it's through our feet that we get to our fantasies and illusions. Neptune also deals with a whole bunch of other stuff, but the feet are very, very important. And there is much more to be learned about our feet through the zodiacal signifiers that we really, really deal with on that. So I'll touch on that when we get to when I get to, you're about 2 lessons ahead, Joanne.
Oh, okay.
When I get to the different diseases and some other things, which is like not the next lesson or maybe not the next 2, but like maybe 2 or 3 lessons away.
Okay.
I'll break that all the way down for you. Yes, I will.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody got any other comments or concerns about the planetary signifier? All right. We will get into, oops, what happened? We'll get into the zodiac signifiers now. Start with Aries. We already know what Aries is and the personality of Aries and all that, and that's not what any of this is about. This is just about what areas that the sign of Aries rule. Because and everybody that's on this call should already know this, that all of the signs and all of the planets are in your natal chart. All of them. And we are all much more than just our sun sign. All of us are way, way more than just our sun sign. So Aries, it rules the head and the face. So if you got head issues or issues with your face, and all issues with the face, it could be eczema, acne, whatever it is, it's covered. You could have headaches, migraines, tumors, whatever in the head, it's covered and ruled, and we seek our healing and natural healing through Aries, and then through the planet that governs the head, and then we tap into that Aries energy for the specifics. Taurus rules the neck and throat. Gemini, the hand and lungs. Cancer, the breast and stomach. Leo, the heart. Virgo, the intestines. Libra, the kidneys and organs. Scorpio, the sexual organs. Sagittarius, the hips and thighs. Capricorn, the knees. And of course, Aquarius, ankles and calves. Pisces, feet. Let me tell y'all something. I have my injuries from like sports, yeah, I've jammed fingers and all of that, but any significant injury I've had has been in my ankles or my calves. February 9th. Yep, that would be about right. Ankles and calves for Aquarius, Pisces for feet. So when we have any ailments that are represented by any of these zodiacal signs and the signifiers, we first would go to the planetary signifier that has the same thing that we're dealing with. We pull the energy and align ourselves with that planetary influence. And then once we are aligned with the planetary influence and beginning to deal with how it deals with the ankles and calves, if it was myself, then I would jump into the Aquarius zodiacal sign. Because in the zodiacal sign is where the healing is. The awareness is in the planet. The healing comes out of the sign. Make sense, you guys? All right. Yes, Deirdre, go right ahead.
How does the healing come out of the sign?
The healing comes out of the sign because of how it is cosmically designed. See, we look at these signs as something of a fixed, like it's fixed somewhere, like it's a, some folks think, your zodiac sign is some building up in the sky somewhere. These are actually cosmic influences. All of your healing is cosmic. All of your illnesses are cosmic. All of the war that we go on here is fought in the cosmos first. So the sign, the planet is letting you know that's where the base of the issue is, good, bad, or indifferent. When you want to move that issue, you move, you're not going to move Pluto. You're not going to move the sun. You're not going to move Mercury. You're not going to move Uranus. So when you want to move that issue, you want to move your knee pain, you want to move your ankle pain, you want to move your headache, you want to move your erectile dysfunction, then you move it, change it, fix it through the sign of Aquarius, through the sign of Capricorn, through the sign of Sagittarius. You focus in on that sign. And then you have to know where that sign is represented in your natal chart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's through your awareness. It's through the mind. It's not, we can't think of this like going to the pharmacy, getting a prescription filled, taking the pill and going home. And then in 20 minutes, oh, I feel the effect. No, because we're dealing with things that has no body. It has no form, has no shape. You can't swallow it and chase it down with water. It is a feeling. It is a communication. It is a telepathic communication, an exchange between you and the planet and the sign.
So for example, like say, and it's not, but let's just say my Mercury is in Aquarius. And my issue is in my calves or shins or something like that. So that would mean, because Mercury is a communication planet, right? That would be an area that I would need to look at in what's going on with my communications.
No. If your issue is in your calves, then you would look at Mars, because that's a muscle. Don't overthink this. I'm talking strictly physical ailments, illnesses, and diseases. Failure to communicate is not an ailment, illness, or disease. It's a choice.
Right, but if it's in that it's a choice, and you're refusing to deal with or acknowledge it, would it, like when you started off, you said ailments and things like that come from, or diseases come from how we think, right?
Absolutely.
So if my thinking is wrong and it's affecting a certain part of my body.
Oh yes, you have to fix your thinking first. You would go through Mercury, absolutely. But you would also, Mars rules your head. So we think that we think from our brain. So until we fix those thoughts, you would also deal with Mars, because Mars rules the head.
Mm-hmm.
If it's your muscles, Mars rules a muscle. If it's your hips, the issue would go through Jupiter. Your liver, it'll go through Jupiter. If it's nerves, it would go through, your nerves would go through Mercury. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that is so interesting, Mark. My goodness gracious, that's some interesting stuff. Yeah, this is good. Okay, I'm going out.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Any other comments? Any other questions about the planetary or the zodiacal?
I'm so sorry we had interruption and I missed what you guys were saying, and I really wanted to hear it, but the dogs were barking because Frank got home and I'm trying to leave because I got to be somewhere at 6, but I want to keep listening. So would you mind just explaining that one more time? When you have an ailment in a part of your body, a certain part of your body, and having to do with the planets, can you explain that?
Yeah,
one more time?
When you have the planets and the signs, they work together. The planet is like the base of it, and then the sign, when you want to fix something, you can't push Pluto, you can't move the moon, you can't move the sun. So in order to change that issue, you have to couple up the planet with the sign, and you're going to change your issue working through the sign into the planet back to you. It is a communication, it's a cosmic or sidereal type of conversation that goes on between you, the sign, the planet, and then the planet talks back to the sign and then back to you. That's how it works.
Wow. Okay. I gotta let that sink in. I gotta download that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. All right. Our bodies are susceptible to influence from all energies around us. Everything we ingest into our bodies in some form, such as food, air, drinks, etc., and everything that is exposed to our bodies from outside of ourselves, such as people, environments, attitudes, sounds, etc., affects our natural health and wellness. Our bodies are energy resonators and monitors, and has the ability to resonate with any form of energy, positive or negative. How we learn to interpret our ailments, illnesses, and diseases, and how we learn to integrate the planetary and zodiacal physical body and health signifiers into our natural health, wellness, and healing will be most vital and important to how we think, feel, act, speak, believe, and live. Your mastered self awaits you. And that, my folks, is planetary and zodiacal body, physical body and health signifiers. Anybody got any questions, any comments about anything that we've covered today? Anybody want to add to anything that I've covered? I know I got a couple of astrologers on here. Did I do it justice, or did I leave anything out? Y'all is welcome to chime in and let me know. All right, all right, all right. Anybody got any comments, any questions, any concerns? Nope. All right. Again, I thank each and every one of y'all for taking time out of your day to come let me be silly on here in the beginning about my 60th soul return. I am truly, truly, truly grateful. And if there will be nothing else, this has been On the 7's with Pyephreius B Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. We do go through the 88 steps into our master self. And if you make On the 7's with Pyephreius B Metatron a part of your daily life, I know somewhere along the way, your master self awaits you. Whenever I say goodbye, it never means forever. It just means for now. So until we see each other again on this coming Saturday, I wish everyone peace, love, joy, bliss. And before I sign off, go ahead, Deidre.
Hi, yes, thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt.
It's okay.
Your see you later. I just want to remind everybody to go to Mark's YouTube channel and like, subscribe, and share, and make a comment.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So as always, whenever I say goodbye, it never means forever. It just means until our next broadcast. And our next broadcast will be on the other side of Friday. So until I see you guys again, peace, love, joy, ciao. Goodbye.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.